All right, let's get in the Wayback Machine and go all the way back to 2020 in the heart of COVID, when nobody really knew what to do. And when nobody knew what to do, of course, it was the bureaucrats in Washington, D.C. who swung into action, including your favorite agency and mine, the CDC. When they put forth the eviction moratorium, that meant that investors like me and like you could not evict somebody for non-payment. In fact, we couldn't evict anybody at all. Well, that sounded good on the surface because I think we all have decent hearts and don't want people to be in a hard way because of a pandemic era. However, it was extended and extended and extended and extended, and there was never a means test. And honestly, I think most of my investors, including myself, had there been a means test, we would have worked with people. But no, the CDC made this a giant blanket. And how much of a blanket was it? Well, it pulled $26.6 billion out of the pockets of landlords and investors who use those dollars either to pay for their life or to pay for their properties, because spoiler alert, not every investment property is owned cash outright. Most investors are not Scrooge McDuck laying around in a bathtub full of cash dollars. They are regular people who use real estate as a way to diversify their holdings and to have some reliable rental income to financially support themselves in the future. A lot of folks like myself, we don't own super fancy stuff. We own regular people housing, so we can provide market rate rentals for people who don't have a giant amount of cash themselves. Well, what happened is the federal government never made that right. We've had issues with evictions, we've had issues with maintenance, and frankly, we've had a lot of issues that should have been taken care of because some tenants don't care about the safety of the other tenants around them. So the National Apartment Association put forth a lawsuit asking the federal government to make it right. Y'all put in this unconstitutional mandate. All right, it's time for you to put your money where your mouth is, since y'all are very good at spending money. And so what we've done is the National Association of Realtors has joined the National Apartment Association and said, hey, federal government, make it right. So if you are an investor, and let's just say that you own a small number of duplexes, triplexes, quads, small apartment buildings, if you would like to join this lawsuit, click on the link here, because you need to make your voice heard. Y'all, most of the decent rental properties in this country are owned by people like you and me. It is not giant hedge fund money. It is regular people money. And I don't know about you, but I love being somebody who can provide a decent, clean, safe place for other neighbors to live. So please join this lawsuit, make your voice heard, and be made whole so that you can keep the bills up on the building, take care of any deferred maintenance, and continue providing good places for your neighbors to live.